Hi, Kim Morrison here, Creative Director and founder of 28. Look, on the weekend I had the great privilege and pleasure of speaking to a beautiful group of mums and daughters. I absolutely love having that ability to talk personalities, self-care, self-awareness, self-worth, but also I really love the reminder of the privilege it is to be a mum and also the absolute exquisiteness of watching our young women grow. Now, one of the saddest things that happened in that was when I turned around and I asked everybody, who in the room wakes up every morning and looks at themselves naked in the mirror and goes, ah, you are hot. And you know what, out of about 45, 50 women, only one 14-year-old girl said that she actually thought she looked hot. And it really hit home for me that what is our version of hot or self-love or actually thinking that we're okay? You know, it's not until we lose something, like maybe the use of our legs, God forbid, or perhaps it would be being really ill and unwell, that we don't understand what it is to have true health again. Why is it that we have to be put into those situations until we actually truly value and believe how great what we have is? So my challenge to you this week is this. Be very mindful of your words and the way that you speak to yourself. It was a great reminder to me, and I know myself, I slip up. I look in the mirror sometimes and I don't think it's good enough, or the fact that I know I'm someone who talks about self-care, sometimes I'm exhausted and I haven't looked after myself enough. So the beautiful thing about speaking to younger women and being around and actually being the example or out the front, often for me it is a reminder of my own self-talk and to remember to walk the talk and be my truth. That doesn't mean to say on days that we don't feel frumpy or on days that we don't feel our best, but on those moments, maybe instead of looking at and getting down on ourselves, maybe that's an opportunity to turn around and go, you know what, I'm not feeling so hot, I'm not feeling so good. I am going to go and run myself an aromatic bath, or I am going to use this little thing here, a spritzer, as a reminder. Every time I say something negative, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to spritz myself and remind myself to anchor in, actually, I'm brilliant and I'm okay. This is one of my favorite ones at the moment. We're calling it Lavamint. It's lavender and peppermint. And I swear to you, when I said to these girls on the weekend, every time you say something that's not nice or kind to yourself, you need to take out your spritzer and go, oh, I'm a worthy human being. I'm a great woman. I'm an absolute phenomenal soul. Whatever it is, even if we don't truly believe it in that moment, we all know vibrationally our body reacts to positive talk far greater and more powerfully than anything negative. Now I get it's not always easy, and that is why I use essential oils constantly in my daily life to remind me of the privilege it is to go and do something for myself. Instead of sitting there in a pity party and thinking it's not fair and it's how come it's easy for everybody else, we all know that in life we all have challenges. It's just at different times. And that's the beauty about it. Our girlfriends prop us up when we're not feeling so great, and we in turn do that for them. Our daughters look to us mummies as guidelines, as people that actually do know what to do when they're not feeling so great. So the worst thing we can do as mummies is turn around and beat ourselves up, because that ain't good role modeling. So my suggestion this week is this: for one whole week, take on being absolutely kind to yourself and kind to others. Be kind only to everybody around you, and everything that you do, have a sense of kindness. Pay it forward. Pay for someone's coffee this week and see what happens. Maybe put a note in your children's lunchbox. How about a note under the pillow? What about offering to give your husband a foot massage this week? Or maybe making your wife breakfast in bed? What about telling the people that are closest to you how important they are? And how about trying to create some fun this week? And in amongst all of that, use these wonderful tools. Lavender and peppermint is an exact example of how beautiful it is to just anchor in a moment using a simple thing like a spritzer. That whole thing would probably cost you maybe 25 cents for the whole bottle. And the great thing is you can refill it and constantly use different oils in there. So check out the recipe this week. It is delicious. Make sure you have a look at the blog this week. It is so beautiful. And how about as a community, we start supporting each other. And below this video, Tell me what you do for your girlfriends to prop them up. And more importantly, what do you need when you're going through a tough time? Is it hugs? Is it texts? Is it just knowing that people are there to care for you? Is it the fact that someone takes their time to put a note under your pillow? Or is it just someone turning up with a bottle of wine and saying, hey, I'm here for you? Whatever it is, let's start sharing and creating a bigger community of self-care, and in that, in turn, caring for others. So this week, I really want you to take on being kind and taking care. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I cannot wait to see your comments below. Have a great week.